All right. Welcome to my channel. Uh, it's your boy Mike. So today I want to talk about the Nigerian 2023 presidential election, and I just want to kind of give my own analysis of the situation. And the reason why I'm making this video is because the primary reason why I'm really into this election is because really into this what's going on as far as the election goes is because this election is kind of unique compared to all the elections we've had in Nigeria in the past. I would say perhaps I can say it's kind of unique. It's a little different from all the elections we had throughout Nigerian history, except probably in the First Republic, in the very beginning, because this is like the first time since kind of like after independence where we had a situation of what people call wazobia, a wazobia election, in the sense that you have the three top candidates coming from the three major ethnic groups of Nigeria, meaning the Igbos, the Yoruba, and the North, the Hausas in a sense. And that's what makes this election very interesting. Now the topic is, many people the focus nowadays is kind of like on Peter Obi by so many people, and the main topic here is today is kind of like how does Peter Obi really stand a chance, or is he? I mean, the way people are talking, because I speak with a lot of his followers, and the way they're pushing it, it's kind of like um, he's gonna be the next. He's gonna win, like he's almost guaranteed to win. But well, is it possible? Yes, but the way it's looking, there's so much question in place. And this election, if we look at it, like I said, it's something you call Wazobia election, you know. And looking at it, you see Tinubu, who is running under the APC flag, APC party, and you have Atiku Abubakar, who's running under the PDP flag, and then now you have Peter Obi, who's running under a new party, which is a Labour Party, kind of like a party that's not, because we all know that the two major parties so far that's been on ground and has been the dominant party has been the PDP and the APC. And we know everybody else, other people have always been creating parties that are not really structurally based, structurally strong, and it's been causing them not to be relevant. And now a Labour Party is in place. I mean, the question most people ask is, oh, this Labour Party, does it have structure? And it's very obvious that they don't have the same kind of structure that the PDP and the APC has. And but, however, what's unique about this candidacy is the fact that Peter Obi was once a PDP guy, so it's more like Labour Party is an extension of PDP in a sense. So you can't really just say it's not an irrelevant political party. No, considering the fact that the the card the party card bearer is a known person. Is someone that's been a governor before and also a former PDP guy. So the party may not be so relevant, but the candidate Peter Obi, he obviously is known, is well known. So for that reason, we have to accept that hey, it's a third force in a sense. So now, to get into the main points, does Peter Obi really stand a stronger chance of winning this election? I mean, there are many factors we have to consider. So many factors. One, looking at it, it's looking like being this election going to be like a Wazobia kind of election. It's looking like the Yorubas, ideally maybe want to vote for Tinubu, and then the North may want to vote for Atiku, and then the East may want to vote for Igbo. So if it goes that way, then I mean, does he? Is it that easy to now say, okay, this person will win or that person will win? We don't know. But to me, the way I look at it, if we have to look at another factor, the fact that Nigerians really look at the whole zoning thing, like, okay, who deserves to be, which region or which zone deserve to produce the next president. Now, a lot of people believe that on a fair ground, it's supposed to be the southeast, which is the Igbo land, the Igbo territory, so Igbo people are supposed to produce the next president, because since democracy started, the new this present democracy started in 1999, we've had a southwestern president that has ruled, that has become president, which was Obasanjo, and we've had someone from the south, another person from the south, which was Goodluck Jonathan, and then we had someone from the north who was Buhari, who's presently ruling right now, is exiting. Now that people are saying the power is supposed to come to the south, that okay, where in the south should it go? And a lot of people are arguing that since a southwestern person has ruled, a south person has ruled, a southeastern person hasn't ruled since the new democracy, that it will be fair for the the president to come from the southeast. Well, that's a fair argument, but the question is, I mean, what should be what the question is, I mean, is it really feasible? Is the politics being played correctly by the southeasterners? Now, I'll give my own fair reasons why I think it would be difficult for a southeastern person to win, meaning Peter Obi coming from the southeast to win. I also give a reason why it's highly possible for him to also win. Now, let me start with the reason why I think he may not win. And number one will be the fact that the Southeasterners, the way they've been playing their politics, especially for the past 7 years. I mean, the region, the way the region has been relating to other part of the country, it hasn't been very positive. You know, they had the IPOB movements, the Biafra movement agitations, and in the midst of the movement, they were burning a lot of bridges between them and the other regions, like the southwest and especially the north, because you had the IPOB people, the Nnamdi Kanus, and his declaration of war against the northern people, just the insults and all those things. And while this was going on, the eastern politicians did nothing. They said nothing. They kind of like were looking like they were complicit with the agitation in a sense. And that's why a lot of people are accusing Peter Obi of even being a member of the secessionists. So that has already destroyed, I won't say destroyed, but I will say that has damaged the bridge between the east and the north. And also, I mean, we all know that the agitation, the Biafran agitators were also throwing a lot of insult at the Southwesterners, the Yorubas, and I mean the way the Southeasterners, especially the agitators, the way they've robbed the other regions, it's been in a very negative way, you know. So that the relationship for the past 7 years hasn't been so good. So for that reason, I think it may be one reason why people from the southwest and the north may not want to give the Peter Obi a support. That's what I think may cost him. And secondly, I think Peter Obi himself hasn't really, and even his also this is what I think. When we look at his campaign, his campaigners, his supporters, their attitude is almost seems like they carry the same attitude of the IPOBians, the secessionists, the IPOB kind of people. the same mentality where their campaign is, if you don't support Obi, to hell with you, you are stupid, they will insult you. Like, it's almost like you want to insult the other ethnic group to support, you want to insult your way to gain their support rather than pleading to them to gain their support. It's almost like you're ignoring the atmosphere, the cloud of, the animosity and all those things has been in place. You are ignoring that. It's almost like you just think by talking them, talking, you're just talking, and just being arrogant is one way they will you just cause them to submit to you. I mean, that's not how politics is supposed to be played. So the attitude of his campaigners, his supporters, also is kind of hurting him, to be honest. Because I said a lot of so much insult flying. It's kind of like a hatred kind of. To me, it doesn't even look like a presidential campaign. It looked like more a secessionist campaign, to be honest. When I follow many of these campaigners, I mean, I'm like, these guys are retarded, man. You have to, So that's one reason I think he may not win, because I think those that are the Easterners have disrespected for so long, they want to punish them and not voting for them in the next election. So I think that would be a reason why he may not win that election. Now, I'll give reasons why he can actually win the election. Strong reasons why he can win the election. One, we all know that Atiku Abubakar being a Northerner, and the current president who's going to exit, Muhammadu Buhari, is also from the north. So it will be very difficult for Nigerians to have a Northerner rule consecutively for 8 years. And I mean, it will be very difficult for them to accept another Northerner to come right in right after Buhari has ruled for 8 years, to come and rule again for another 8 years. That's 16 years of having Northern person ruling Nigeria. So for that reason, I don't think many Nigerians, especially Southerners, and even many Northerners, will want that. So for that reason, I think Atiku Abubakar will be ruled out of the equation. So now it comes to Tinubu. Tinubu right now, I think many Northerners are saying, okay, they'll give their support to Tinubu because because of their issue with the Igbos, they feel like the IPOBians, the IPOB people have disrespected them for so long, and they really don't like the attitude of the Igbos. So because of that, though naturally they wanted to vote they prefer that, okay, the power should go to the East, but the attitude of the Easterners, we just as convince them to just vote for a different Southerner other than the Easterner. So now it looks like a lot of them want to give their support to Tinubu. And also considering the fact that Tinubu was the one that gave a support to their candidates, which in 2015 and 2019, which was Buhari. So it's almost like they want to return the favor. So to me, to be honest, I think the northern votes will largely go for Tinubu, to be honest. But now, here's a mistake a lot of people are making. They're thinking the Southwest vote, the Yoruba vote, is automatically going to Tinubu. I'm a Yoruba man, and I would tell you categorically that that's not fact. That's not really true. Yeah, excuse me. So that's not really true that the Yoruba vote is automatically going for Tinubu. Yorubas, the way they vote, they're very, very pragmatic and very rational in their thinking before they vote. A lot of Yorubas, including myself, I wanted Osibanjo to be the one running, for the APC flag, but the way Tinubu kind of played him out and blew him out of the way, he doesn't sink well for me. And secondly, when I look at Tinubu, his age and everything, I said to myself, is this guy really, is he really healthy? So there's question mark around Tinubu. So with these questions in place, it kind of leaves the Yoruba vote in a hanging, in a sense, where it's easy for someone like Peter Obi to just quickly come there and campaign and trying to grab those votes, And if he's smart enough and he does that by maybe appealing to the Yorubas and making them feel like that, he's for them and he's not really an enemy of the Yorubas, and you just play his campaign. And in fact, if I will advise him, if he can like employ or grab the support or can convince people like the Wole Soyinkas, the prominent Yorubas like the Kutis, the Shen Kuti, Femi Kuti, the Kuti families, or some prominent Yorubas, if he can find a way to grab them to his corner and have them campaign for him in Yoruba land, I think automatically he will get the Yoruba votes over Tinubu. I think so. But if he continue to carry this typical Igbo way of doing politics, of just being self-centered and just relying on his supporters that are insulting Yoruba as just being arrogant, being barbarians to campaign for him, and trust me, he would never get that Southwestern vote. He will not get it, Then Tinubu, on the other hand, to be fair, is somebody that we all know that is known to put smart people around him, to hire highly competent people, put highly competent people in place. We saw when he was a governor, and we see a lot of people that he put around Buhari's cabinet, people like the Fasholas, the Sibanjo. We know him to be good for picking high competent people for positions in cabinets. So for that reason, people may want to consider Tinubu Yoruba. So Yorubas basically we're kind of like indecisive right now. We're very indecisive as far as where our votes will go. But most Easterners believe that our vote is automatically going for Tinubu, but that's not the case. So to me, I think if Obi play very smart politics, he stands a very good chance of winning the Southwest. But the kind of politics he's playing right now, to me, is a very dumb politics, and the typical Igbo politics. And if this momentum, if it continue with the kind of politics he's playing right now, and his followers are playing, forget the Southwest. You're not going to win the Southwest. And to me, if you don't win the Southwest, you're not, or if you don't at least split the Southwest, you're not going to win. You're not going to win the election. It's just impossible. Because the way I look at Obi's candidacy is where I look at is very similar to Jonathan of 2011. If anybody can remember, in 2011, Jonathan won, but in 2015 he lost. And why did he lose? Now, in 2011, how did he win? He won the Southeast, he won the South-South, and he also won the Southwest. And that's why he won the election. Now, in 2015, what's the difference? He won the Southeast, won the South-South, but he lost the Southwest. So he's looking right now, that's how Obi is looking right now, because Obi is looking like he's going to win the Southeast, the South-South, but the Southwest is not certain right now. So if he can, to me, I still believe that he has to go for that Southwestern vote for him to be able to win that election, to be honest. But to him, he's thinking that the Northern vote is the vote that he should be chasing for. And I can guarantee you're not going to win the election in North. The Northern are not, they're not just that forgiving. They are not very happy with the Southeast, especially with the secessionist movement that's been going on, and the killing of Gulag in the Southeast, the issue of IPOB, the North are not really, I don't think they have voted to go for the Southeast right now. Maybe in the future, but right now, I don't think so. No anytime soon, no in 2023. Maybe in 2027 or something, but not 2023, I'm sorry. Right now, the North is not happy with the East. The Southwest are not so happy, but they can be forgiving, because the Southwesterners are not really people that hold on to, they don't hold things against people for that. It's strong. They don't hold stuff against the Southeasterners that strong. So you can easily convince them to to forgive or to change their mind as far as they're feeling towards the whole southeastern space. So to me, that's what I think. I think about that's my analysis. That's what I feel. I think Obi, if he wants to win, he has to go challenge Tinubu for the southwestern vote because Tinubu hasn't secured that southwestern vote. But if it comes down to it, if nobody comes for it, then if Obi doesn't agitate for that southwestern vote, if he doesn't go fight for it, then automatically the southwesterners will just give their vote to Tinubu. They will give it to him not because they feel like it's their man, but if it comes to it, where they have no other place, they are not convinced to put their vote anywhere else, they'll just give it to Tinubu, and that will cost Obi. So that's what I think about that. Now, let me move to another point. The outcome of the election is what is what I think. It's really funny, and it's really, in one way you can look at it as something that's going to be scary in a sense. I'll give three scenarios of if either of these three win, right? So let's say Atiku wins. How will it sink? How will the country react? If Atiku wins, I think the Northerners will not have issue with that. The Southwesterners, they are going to, they will not be happy, but I don't think they will. They, I think it would draw a lot of them towards the Yoruba agitation in a sense, but I don't think it would draw a lot of them towards the Yoruba agitation, the whole Yoruba nation thing. It will make that agitation, which is something that's not strong right now, it's not that serious, but we kind of draw some people towards it. I don't know how extensive it's going to be, but that's what I see will happen in that space. More Yorubas is trying to get, unless Atiku plays good politics and reach out to the Southwest and calm things down, talk to the elders, which I think he will do, because Atiku has good connection with the Southwest people in a sense, to some degree. If you play that, if he knows how to manage crisis and he's able to play wise and calm the people down, I think that Southwestern space will not be a big problem if Atiku wins. Now the Southeast, oh man, I think the agitate will explode even further there in the Southeast if Atiku wins. I don't know how it's going to explode a little further, and I think the South people may want to even start agitating along with them and things like that. I think so. Now, on the other hand, if Tinubu wins, the Southeast again will explode. Because they will feel so bad that how can something that's supposed to come to them go to the Southwest, and they will feel played, or they will feel defeated, or feel outplayed or outperformed by the Southwest. And we know historically the Igbos like to compete with the Yorubas, and they hate when Yorubas are defeated, winning them in any shape or form, in anything. They don't like it. Yeah. So it will be an explosion in the Southeast if Obi doesn't win. That's what I can see. Now, if Obi wins, I don't think his victory is what will cause any kind of uprising anywhere. However, his decisions after he wins, his attitude, his behavior, such as releasing Nnamdi Kanu from prison, that will create a lot of problems with the Northerners. The North, because he's going to release the guy. Of course, he's going to release his brother. There's no question about that. And that guy's going to come out and he will begin his insulting of the North, his whole regular Radio Biafra agitation, provoking the North. And what I see that will happen is the 1960s scenario of a leader that won't be able to know how to manage crisis. Typically in the Eastern leadership, they don't know how to manage crisis. And people will be asking me, why would you think Obi won't do that? Because it's very obvious right now that even the crisis going on in the Southeast currently, Obi hasn't managed it well. All the leadership there, they were very poor in managing the crisis there. They don't know how to manage it. The whole agitation thing has been out of control. They don't know how to manage it. And historically, we all know, if you go back to the time of Ago Ironsi, He could have managed the situation that was going on well. We could have prevented the problem in the north and things that followed. And also Juku not managing the crisis well that led to the civil war. So Eastern leadership are known to be poor when it comes to managing crisis. So my biggest fear is when Obi becomes president, the things he's going to do and things that may lead to ethnic problems. And people can remember when there was a time when the Ipobians were just insulting the Northerners, where the Northern youth, the Iowa youth, got angry and decided to give the Easterners quit notice to leave the North. They gave them 3 months to pack and leave the North. We remember that it was Vice President Yemi Osibanjo that was able to manage the crisis, bring the people together and die down the situation. Obi president, I don't know if Obi will be able to manage such a crisis. If something like that comes up, I think he was just ignoring the same way he's ignoring the whole crisis in the Southeast and think it's nothing. So to me, this is what I see. This is what I see. Like, I think it'll be very interesting. 2023 and on, it'll be very interesting. It'll be very, very interesting. I mean, the way Nigeria is going, I don't even know right now. I can't predict because I can't put my money on this direction. I think whether this country will be, my only prayer is, I mean, the country just shouldn't be burned down, because all this agitation, I don't think all this new nation is going to come. Like this whole Biafra, Ududua nation, I don't see it. I don't see the international community, the United Nations supporting these things happening. The worst that's likely going to happen is ethnic crisis, ethnic explosion, and at the end of the day, after we burn everything down, the United Nations will come in. They will come and do peacekeeping, and we'll start from square one again. It will just look like Congo. Congo, they've been doing the agitation for 60 years, burning down the country, but still yet they haven't split because the United Nations will not allow them to split. So the way I see Nigeria going, I don't know. I think people need to get mature. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. Well, that's my 2 piece on this one. This is my opinion on what's coming up in the Nigerian 2023 election. All right. See you next time.